guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces. I hope you're enjoying your day today, and I want to thank you for sharing a part of it with me. I'm so glad you're here because today's video is a good one. I've compiled several of my most recent cleaning videos into one long deep cleaning marathon that you can put up on your TV, tablet, or phone and do whatever tasks or chores you need to get done today while bringing me along as a friend to clean with you. What's great about this Deep Clean With Me marathon is that you don't have to stop what you're doing to change your channel. You just have that consistent cleaning, organizing, cooking, decluttering, and laundry motivation with lots of decorating ideas. I've also included some cleaning and organizing tips along with some of my cleaning habits and routines to help you maintain a clean and tidy home. And you have everything you need in this one video to start your spring cleaning off right. I hope you really enjoy this one and it motivates you and inspires you to do all the things you need to get done today. I also hope by cleaning together, cleaning becomes a little more enjoyable as it has for me. And as always, at the end of the video, if you're new to my channel, hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. And if you've already subscribed, welcome back and continue to hit that like button. And thanks for your support. I do what I do because of you. So without further ado, let's get this Deep Clean With Me marathon started. Hey guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces, and if you're new, welcome. I started my cleaning routine off early today, which is unusual for me, but there is a lot I want to accomplish before heading to Walmart and Sam's for my weekly grocery haul. My goal today is to deep clean the upstairs ensuite bedroom, bathroom, and tidy the walk-in closet. Get our daily load of laundry, which are sheets today, dried, folded, and put away. Clean and organize the fridge and pantry for restocking later, and tidy the back patio before it rains. I also had to make some changes to my laundry products and will share with you some cleaning and homemaking tips as well as my weekly grocery haul. So if you enjoy this type of content, continue watching. And if you're new to my channel, at the end of the video, please remember to hit that like, subscribe button. And if you've already subscribed, you know that hitting that like button as well as watching the video to the end really supports my channel. And as always, leave a comment or just say hello. I would love to hear from you, and I always respond. Lately, my oldest son's been using my yoga mat, but forgets to return it to the gym. His excuse is, I don't use it anyway. True, because I haven't used it in 3 months, but when I'm ready to use it, I would like for it to be readily available. When I think about it though, I'm just happy somebody's getting use out of it. By the way, as I mentioned in the intro, I changed my laundry products. I've used Game Flings, which are the individual pods, for years, but as of today, I switched to the Game powdered detergent. I switched because for the past month, I've noticed plastic residue on several items, which takes extra time to rinse off, and then you have to wash it again. I mentioned this in past videos, and today was fed up, because this has cost me a lot of time and money. So I returned the bulk purchase of Game Flings to Sam's and received a full refund. If you haven't already realized one thing about me, if a product no longer works, I'm not afraid to let it go. Also, powdered detergent is not my favorite because it's messy, but it's a better alternative than liquid because powdered detergent contains cleaning chemicals that some liquids don't, and it's guaranteed not to leave plastic residue on our clothes. As you can see, I'm opening the windows because the weather was beautiful for 3 straight days in Atlanta last week. It's slated to rain later this evening, so I need to ensure all my patio chairs are covered and replaced around the fire pit. Hubby finished burning twigs and branches in the fire pit last night and blew off most of the debris on the patio, so today I'll only need to do a quick tidy and replace or double up any chair covers with holes. my friends commented recently that I make a funny face when cleaning, and I never noticed this. I am aware that I suck my top teeth, and that's because it's a fixed bridge, meaning it's not dentures because they remain in place, but they are false teeth. You see, at the age of 16, I lost all my front teeth falling down a flight of concrete stairs. I was in my high school JROTC program and was preparing to serve as a chaperone at a military ball, and while waiting on the concrete steps for honorees to arrive, I fainted. And I blamed myself because I hadn't eaten all day. So for 8 years, I wore dentures, but after meeting my hubby of 32 years, who was a hygienist in the military, he helped me get a fixed bridge, which has lasted 24 years. And that's maybe one of the reasons why I make a funny face when cleaning. In last week's video, I mentioned for the month of March that I would be cleaning all the doors within my home, and we're starting here in the second owner suite today. I'm considering windows for the month of April and would like to purchase this rechargeable window vac and squeegee to assist. My tendonitis of the right elbow hasn't completely healed, so wiping down all these windows by hand is not an option. What do you use to clean your windows? And if you own a rechargeable window vac and squeegee, do you recommend it? I was asked about these Glade plugins a while ago, and I do apologize because I can't remember who asked, but I have about 12 of these throughout my home, and I purchased them all over time from Sam's. I rarely purchase or burn candles because I'm afraid I'm going to burn the house down, so I enjoy using these plugins instead. Once a month, I or one of the boys walk around and we check all the plugins and change them out as needed. I was also asked which is better, candles, or diffusers or plugins, and in my opinion, if you want something that is convenient with a long-lasting scent, plugins are the way to go. Today, I'm not deep cleaning the vanity on the left because it's rarely used, so I wiped it down off camera with Clorox wipes instead. But I am deep cleaning the right vanity as well as the rest of this bathroom, and it was dirty. To demonstrate to you what I mean, I'm going to give you a before of the sink, tub, and shower, and after I've cleaned it, show it to you again so you can see what I mean when I say it was dirty. Again, my house is always tidy, but not always clean. The last time I deep cleaned this bathroom was 4 weeks ago, and in between that time, my oldest son has maintained it because he does use this upstairs owner suite anyway, while hubby and I use the downstairs owner suite. 4 weeks, it was also a lot colder, so I didn't use a lot of cleaning products because I wasn't able to open the windows to allow the room to air out. Well, that changes today. So along with my homemade cleaning mixture, I'm also using spray away glass cleaner, Swifter sweeper, duster, and wet pad, Pledge furniture polish, 2 microfiber cloths, and non-bleach Clorox wipes. I just heard the jingle on my LG front load washer, so that means our load of sheets are ready to go in the dryer. Unlike our towels, I do use dryer sheets when drying our sheets. I only purchase cotton 600 thread count or more white sheets, so I'm not concerned with the dryer sheets weakening the material as it does with towels. I also reuse the dryer sheets as deodorizers in my laundry baskets, as well as in other areas throughout my home. If you use dryer sheets, what other ways do you reuse them after you've removed them from the dryer? This is one of the hardest working appliances within our home, and because I want it to last as long as possible, I maintain it. I forwarded the make and model to a friend a few weeks ago, and she informed me that they no longer make this model, which was a surprise to me. I shouldn't be surprised though, because hubby and I did purchase this washer and dryer used off the Lowe's showroom floor over 9 years ago. It was reduced significantly lower than the original price, so we couldn't pass it up. In that time, we've only had 2 issues with it that I've discussed in previous videos, which were an easy fix. had to pull out the electric Rubbermaid scrubber to clean around the faucet, the edge of the sink, and drain, as well as the stopper. Cleaning professionals suggest you clean your sink weekly. I don't. I have about 3 full bathrooms and 1 half bath, and they're each cleaned every 2 to 4 weeks. Also, if you don't want to invest in this electric Rubbermaid scrubber, an old toothbrush works just fine. You can also clean most bathroom sinks using a general bathroom cleaning spray, but for a more gentler option, I use Dawn dish detergent and cleaning vinegar mixed with water, which does a better job, in my opinion, of cutting through grime. I mentioned this in another video, but it's worth repeating. If you can remove your sink stopper, you should do it and clean it. I was finally able to remove the stopper from my bathroom sink downstairs in the second owner suite bath, and it was the nastiest thing I've seen in a long time. You see, my 4C hair had clogged the sink, so in order to remove the clog, I had to remove the stopper, then use a drain snake to unclog it. I do not recommend using baking soda and vinegar to unclog your sink. First, it's not strong enough. It also can damage your rubber seals and corrode old pipes. Did you see the mess I made while refilling the soap dispenser? Last year, I did the exact same thing, and when I picked it up to rinse off the excess soap, it slipped out of my hand and shattered in the sink. I learned 2 valuable lessons that day. Not all glass soap dispensers are the same, and take your time when refilling them. The second lesson didn't stick, because here we go again, but this time I held on much tighter and was very careful when rinsing and drying it off. I've been upstairs cleaning for an hour, so I'm going to take a quick break to check on Max before cleaning the tub. Max is not caged when I'm upstairs and no one else is here. He's pretty good because most of the time he just hangs out on the couch or plays in the foyer with his toys. Also, as promised, here's a before of the tub, and as you can see, it is in need of some loving. After using a Swiffer duster to remove the hair and debris, I'm going to use the non-bleach Clorox wipes to clean it. The last time this tub was used was over 3 months ago, and it was deep cleaned after that. Our family members are not tub people, so our jetted tubs are not used very much at all, and are really reserved for guests. As promised, here's an after of the tub, but before we clean the shower, I want to tidy the patio. As I mentioned earlier, last night hubby burned all the twigs and branches that had blown all over our yard in the fire pit and used the blower this morning to clean the remaining debris off the patio. So now I can replace the chairs around the fire pit and also check to ensure there aren't any holes in the chair covers, because the forecast calls for rain and our patio is not covered. Although not shown here, we do have end tables. I placed them under the chair covers to protect them from the rain. Also, if you're curious as to what they look like, as well as the chairs, check out my DIY patio makeover and transformation video I published 9 months ago. It was my first video to receive 1,000 views within 8 hours, and one of my most popular uploads last year. Max is so funny. He's begging for another treat because he knows when left alone for a period of time, I always say good boy first, if he's been a good boy, and then reward him with a treat. Since I was only outside for 10 minutes, he's not receiving another one until after I clean the shower, because that always takes longer than 10 minutes. Before cleaning the shower though, I want to clean and organize the fridge and pantry because, as I said before, I plan to purchase groceries later this evening. I did all of it off camera though to save time, but I do a lot of restocking and organizing later in the video. As you can see, I am making a mess. I would normally pull out the funnel to refill this container, but I stuck it in the dishwasher after using it off camera to refill another container. I'm always telling my sons to use the funnel when refilling items, so they don't waste additional time cleaning up their messes later. And look at me. I'm just glad the boys are not around to witness this. This shower is gross, so we're going to take some time to deep clean it, starting with the handheld shower wand. I should have given you a close-up of it first because there was a buildup of black hard water stains caused by high levels of dissolved manganese, and it happens because of oxidation. I clean it using my vinegar mixture and Rubbermaid scrubber, and in the past I've also placed cleaning vinegar in a plastic bag and allowed it to soak over a period of time. Shown cleaning all the walls of the shower in past videos, so I wanted to do that today. It takes time doing this, but it's so worth it. You wouldn't believe the amount of soap scum and residue that are on your shower walls. And by using this power drill, it removes it seamlessly every time. I also like switching out the brush head to clean the corners of the shower, as well as the seam around the shower pan. I'm always afraid that this brush head will scratch the glass when cleaning between the shower pan and glass door, but so far it hasn't happened. I've never used the power drill brush directly on the glass and never will, but I do use the yellow side of the Scotch-Brite sponge to scrub off any soap scum, as you can see here. A month ago, I stopped using spray-away glass cleaner on my glass shower doors, and it was a smart decision that has saved me a lot of time and money. I love how clear the glass gets as I clean it, and it motivates me to keep going because by this time I'm exhausted. By the way, quick tip. Shower doors are made of tempered glass, which makes it more durable. I chose the frameless glass doors for both of the boys' showers and semi-frameless for me and hubby's shower. In me and hubby's future bathroom remodel, my plan is to choose frameless glass doors because in my opinion, they're easier to clean and have fewer areas for dirt, grime, and soap scum to accumulate. I'm washing my hands because I heard the dryer, so that means our load of sheets are ready to be folded and put away. I'm also keeping track of time because I want to get my grocery shopping done before it gets too late. And I'm trying to decide what to cook for dinner. And may grab a few ready-made casseroles and rotisserie chicken from Sam's because I really don't feel like cooking after all this cleaning. One of you asked how I folded my fitted sheet, and I didn't do a good job of explaining it, so I figured I'll show you instead. I hold the sheet by placing my hands in the corners. I then fold the sheet in half by taking one corner and tucking it into the other. I repeat the process one more time so that all four corners are now folded into each other. I then lay the sheet down and fold the edges from outward in, smoothing as I go. After this, I fold in thirds until it becomes a square. I always shake my pillowcases and smooth out as many wrinkles as possible before storing. By doing this, it reduces friction, which causes wrinkles as you sleep. I have also tried sleeping on a silk pillowcase, but as a menopausal woman, silk pillowcases offer a less than desirable temperature regulation, which is a must at my age. Also, when it comes to t-shirts and undershirts, I fold them in thirds because I store them vertically instead of flat in our nightstands or the boys' dresser drawers. I forgot what this method is called, but if you have deep drawers, you should give it a try. You can save a lot of space storing them upright, and it keeps everything much more organized. The lint trap of the dryer, we're going to finish cleaning the shower. I still need to wipe down the exterior of the shower doors, and I do this without using any products. I am using the microfiber cloth that we used previously to wipe down the interior of the doors, and I always look forward to the final step of cleaning the shower, which is rinsing the shower walls and floor. It's so satisfying seeing all the gunk wash down the drain, and I take my time doing this, which motivates me to continue cleaning. I know it does look nasty, but I remind myself that this was in the shower before you cleaned it, and you are keeping your family safe by removing it. By the way, how are you doing? I've been really concerned about Carol and Wanda, and ladies, please let us know how you're doing. Also, did any of you do anything last week you wish to share? I had a very productive week as I was able to get all of our tax documents scanned in, and we only need one more before filing. I was also able to spend quality time with family and friends and extra time doing things that I enjoy. I chuckle every time I put these gloves on because of what my younger son said a few months ago. Anyway, let's get this toilet clean so we can go grocery shopping in order to restock the fridge and pantry. Today I'm only purchasing items that we're low or out of, and I've found by doing this, I've saved us tons of time and money when grocery shopping. In the next video, I'm also going to share with you how we did with our February budget and our plan for the budget in March. If you're new to my channel, I'm the only female within my household, and I tell you this because I have to spend extra time cleaning the nooks and crannies of the toilet, as well as all around it. So yes, in order to give all 4 toilets in our home a thorough clean, I take my time. Washing my hands and taking out the trash, my plan is to wipe down the vanity to get rid of the splatters of toothpaste on it, and then vacuum and mop the floors. I also need to clean the floors in the bedroom, but I may not have time to do that today because it is getting pretty late. But we'll play it by ear. I decided to vacuum the bathroom floors versus using the Swiffer Sweeper dry sweeping cloths. The ceramic floors in the bathroom have grooves, so unlike the vacuum, the Swiffer Sweeper is unable to lift the dirt between those grooves. I will use the Swiffer Sweeper to clean the laminate floors in the bedroom though. By the way, I'm using a fresh microfiber cloth dipped in water to clean the front of the vanity. These are painted cabinets and drawer fronts, so I don't want to use any chemicals on it as I'm afraid I'll damage the paint job because it will peel over time if not maintained. Using a damp microfiber cloth worked just fine. Before we vacuum though, I remembered that I forgot to clean the door to the toilet room, and as a reminder, our spring cleaning goals for March is cleaning all the doors. And in April may be windows if I purchase that window vac and squeegee to assist. I decided that once I'm done vacuuming, I'm going to go ahead and head to Walmart and Sam's. It's getting late and I do not want to be caught in Walmart once the kids are out of school. It seems in our area, Walmart is the new hangout spot, and I've seen more kids thrown out of Walmart lately than anything. What is going on? If you know, please fill me in. see, I'm headed out, and when I return, I'll share with you what I purchased. I want to get the cold items and perishables in the fridge first, so we'll start there. From Sam's, I purchased 2 of the rotisserie chickens for $4.98 each, and my plan is to pair them with the 2 casseroles I'll also purchase from Sam's, which are the lobster mac and cheese and chicken Alfredo. We were low on the boys' French toast sticks for breakfast, and I love the fresh squeezed orange juice that Sam's offers for $9.98. It's pricey, but so worth it. I was low on my favorite brand of coffee, Dunkin' Donuts, as well as paper towels and bottled water. And of course I had to restock the boys' snack drawer with glazed donuts and the oatmeal cream pies, and my favorite Smart Food white cheddar popcorn, as well as the Cheetos Flamin' Hot popcorn, all from Walmart. We were low on ketchup, Pearl Milling syrup, which was once AJ syrup, Hubby's D3 and multivitamins, as well as my colon health tablets. And if you watch my last video, I used all the cans of Rotel in that recipe, so I needed to replenish the stock of it, as well as my son's favorite soda, Sprite. Also from Walmart, Hubby and I needed more body wash, and our favorite is the coconut scented Aveeno body wash. I also found these decor eggs for $3.48, and I'm going to see what they look like in the lidded dish located in our bathroom. We also needed more light bulbs, shout stain removal, and white distilled vinegar. Before putting these groceries away, I want to warm up the oven for the casserole dishes. They both cook at the same temp of 375 degrees for the same amount of time, which is 45 to 55 minutes, which makes it very convenient and easy to cook them both together. If you're new to my channel, I like bagging most, if not all, of my freezer items. This protects the bottom of the freezer from crumbs, and if the freezer ever goes out, the contents will not leak all over the place. Now that our perishables are stored away, let's restock our pantry with the boys and my favorite snack items. Although not shown here, one of my favorite snack cakes are the Entenmann's mini crumb cakes from Walmart. They are quite messy, but are so good. I usually eat one per week with a cup of coffee, but as you can see, they do not last long in this snack drawer. Again, my belief is you can eat whatever you want, but in moderation, so don't judge me. The oven has heated to 375 degrees, so we're going to go ahead and remove the plastic covers from the casseroles, cover with aluminum foil, and place in the oven for 45 minutes. After that time is up, I'm going to go ahead and remove the aluminum foil, add a little bit of cracked pepper, and then replace back in the oven uncovered for an additional 10 minutes. By the way, the cooking directions on the package doesn't include that last step, but in my opinion, the casseroles taste better by adding a little bit of cracked pepper. Unfortunately, the oven wasn't quite as ready as I thought, so until then, we'll restock the pantry, and once the oven beeps, we'll set the timer for 45 minutes and place the casseroles in the oven. Now that our casseroles are in the oven, we can finish restocking the pantry. Also need to place the white distilled vinegar, shout stain remover, and light bulbs in the laundry room. I gradually started changing out my warm white light bulbs to the daylight bulbs, and it has made a world of difference. At first the change is drastic, but over time you get used to it. Now for the fun part, decorating. I'm adding these colorful eggs to this lidded dish from Anthropology. I later changed it by removing the colorful ones and only leaving the beige and brown ones, and absolutely love it. I also tried using the viral eggs from Hobby Lobby, but they were too large for the dish. As you can see, my coffee drawer was low, so I'm refilling it with a 72-pack of Dunkin' Donut coffee pods from Sam's. This drawer contains pod foam inserts that I ordered off Amazon, and each foam insert can hold up to 45 pods. I have considered purchasing a small fridge for the garage so I can store extra water and sodas there, but I changed my mind after cleaning the garage last summer and noticed there really wasn't any space for it. Hubby and I had also planned to build an additional 2-car garage, but was quoted a $75,000 price, which is not in the budget at this time. It's the next day and I need to sweep the bedroom floors as well as mop it, along with the bathroom floors. I was too tired to do it last night after putting away the groceries, so right after dinner I called it a night with the plan to do it today. Unlike the bathroom where I used the vacuum, I'm choosing to use the Swiffer Sweeper dry sweeping cloths. Since I started using these cloths 2 weeks ago, I found that I'm more thorough when cleaning the floors. Maybe because it's more satisfying seeing the dirty cloth at the end. It's things like this that gets and keeps me motivated to clean. Yesterday I forgot to wipe down the closet door, so along with cleaning the floors, I need to check that off my list. I've also noticed since using these sweeping cloths that when it's time to dispose of it, debris that's not trapped in the cloth remains on the floor, so you would need to use a vacuum or broom to get it up. That's one of the reasons why I still use my iRobot. Have you counted how many times I washed my hands in today's video? And I didn't record every time I did it. I chose to include them in today's video to show that I am being careful when cleaning as to not contaminate surfaces as I switch between them, because it can happen. Also, according to the CDC, which is based right here in Atlanta, hand hygiene is the single most important practice in preventing diseases. I am aware that you're supposed to wash your hands for a minimum of 20 seconds, but after rewatching today's video, I realized that I'm actually washing my hands between 10 to 12 seconds. something I definitely need to improve on. Along with using the dry sweeping cloths, I also like using these wet pads. Again, I find it satisfying seeing the wet areas from the dry areas, and the clean smell these wet pads leave behind gets me every time. It seems like this bedroom gets larger and larger as I mop it. Or am I just tired? Once we're done with this area in the section by the door, we'll dispose of the pad, and again, I'll wash my hands. And no, I didn't record it. If you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for watching Sissy Spaces. And if you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces. And if you're new, welcome. Today's video is a spring clean and decorate with me, and I've included a spring decor haul as promised in my last video. I'm so excited to get this video out to you guys because along with cleaning and homemaking, I also enjoy decorating. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if so, if you're new to my channel, at the end of the video, please remember to hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. And if you've already subscribed, you know that hitting that like button and watching the video to the end really supports my channel. As you can see, I'm removing the sofa cushions and pillow covers so I can get them in the washer. They take a while to air dry, so doing this right away was important because I want to replace the covers before dinner. Removing these covers is a lot of work, but replacing them, in my opinion, is even worse. I try to do this twice a year, and in between that time, I vacuum and spot clean them. My greatest fear when doing this is ripping a zipper, and I'm happy to report that didn't happen this year. After removing the cushion, shaking them well, and gathering them to place in the washer, I'm embarrassed to say, but there was a slight odor. I'm using the same laundry products on these covers as I do on our clothes, and will be adding a little more borax to the washer to deodorize them. I'm also washing them on a gentle cycle with cold water because I don't want them to shrink. I was in such a hurry to get those cushions in the washer that I didn't make my bed. My normal cleaning routine is making my bed after getting dressed, but as I told you earlier, my goal today is to replace the covers before dinner. I'm also decorating 2 sofa tables today, deep cleaning the family room and stairs, and I'm sharing some decor items I was able to purchase using my Discover card and Fetch reward points. I'm removing these birthday cards my husband received from family and friends, as his birthday was last Thursday. My mom's birthday was last Monday, February 12th, and it was great seeing her and bringing her some scratch-off tickets, which is what she really enjoys doing. She's doing well, by the way, and I'm so grateful and blessed to still have her with us. This is one of the side tables I'll be decorating today, as well as the other side table located across from the stairs. Before I decorate though, I always like to wipe everything down from top to bottom, and this side table was in need of some loving today. I'm still not loving the color of the tray, but I'm giving it more time to see if it grows on me. If not, I may be looking for a change this summer. Here I'm wiping this fireplace mantle down with Pledge as it's made of wood, and I folded the microfiber cloth to use the other side. I thought about adding decor to the fireplace mantle, but I haven't found anything that I like. Once I do though, I'll definitely let you know. This is the other side table I mentioned earlier that I'll also decorate today. I purchased it from Home Goods this past summer and absolutely love it. We keep additional chargers and other miscellaneous items in the drawers, and to be honest with you, it's like an extension of our junk drawer in the kitchen. I do keep it organized, very similar to how I organize the junk drawer in the kitchen. And before I decorate it, I want to clean it from top to bottom, and it was just as dirty as the other side table in the family room. I'm not shampooing the rug in the family room today because I do that once per year during the summer, but I do plan to rotate it around and slow vacuum it. Rotating the rug will expose different areas of it to direct and indirect lighting and prevent the colors from fading in patches. Also, I'm going to add another spin and drain cycle to the cushion covers. By doing this, it'll speed up drying time. The Wyman Stone and Tile Cleaner is another one of my favorite cleaning products to use on my fireplace ceramic tile. I have in the past used my vinegar mixture and it does a great job, but Max hates the smell of vinegar, and this is where we keep his toys. Also, I'm showing you guys the empty vacuum canister, and we'll show it to you again once I'm done slow vacuuming the rug. I was amazed at just how much dog hair was in this rug because I just vacuumed it 2 days ago. After emptying the canister and cleaning it using a Swiffer duster, I'm going to place the cushion covers in the dryer on the air dry cycle, and while they're drying, I want to vacuum the couch. Also, the trash is starting to smell, so I will definitely take it out if the boys don't beat me to it. I'm shaking all the cushion and pillow covers before placing them in the dryer on the air dry cycle. This stretches the fabric, which means they will dry with less wrinkles and more evenly without wetter spots. I try to vacuum the couch as much as possible because I want it to last for as long as possible. Sofas are one of the most high traffic areas in your home, and everyday dust can cause dinginess over time. In order to increase its lifespan and keep it looking fresh, I suggest you vacuum it regularly and clean up messes quickly. Along with using the Dyson V15 mini motorized tool brush head, also known as the anti-tangle hair screw tool, I'm also using the crevice tool to get in between the corners and crevices of the couch. Once this is done, we'll center the side table under the clock, and with my oldest son's assistance, rotate the rug. If possible, you should rotate your rug at least every 6 to 12 months to prevent uneven lighting exposure and foot traffic wear. This stops your pile from becoming uneven and again improves the longevity of your rug. Also, in high traffic areas, you may want to rotate your rugs more often. As you can see, this ottoman doesn't have a removable cushion, so I vacuum it just as often as I vacuum the couch because Max likes to come in from outside and rub himself on it. I also spot clean it using Clorox wipes, and today I'm removing a stain on the cushion as well as the dust cover. By the way, the fabric used to cover the underside of furniture is called cambric, and its purpose is to prevent dust and loose stuffing from falling out onto the floor. You can also replace this if needed, and it's sold by the yard on Amazon. After replacing this tray and cleaning Max's toy box, I want to give you guys a spring decor haul. I didn't spend any money on these items, but used my Discover Card points and Fetch Reward points. I also used a Target gift card that was gifted to me a while ago. These magnolia stems are from Michaels, and I absolutely love the color. I want to use them in my bedroom, and I'll let you know in another video if it worked out. I used my Target gift card to purchase this wall art and plan to use it when I decorate for fall. And this travertine bowl is from Home Goods, which fits the colors of my home perfectly. This decor bowl is from Hobby Lobby, and I'm thinking of using it in the dining room. And the last items are these Christmas trees from Michaels, and they were 80% off. I was able to get both under $4. I've been waiting for this artisan rib vase to go on sale since the holidays. and was able to get it for 30% off at Pottery Barn. But unfortunately, it was too large for both of my side tables as well as the dining room table, so it's a return. After returning all the cushions to the sofa, we're going to use our Wyman's leather wipes to clean this side chair. Although not shown here, I used 3 of the leather wipes, 1 for the front, another for the side, and a third for the back. After this, we'll sweep the floors using the Swiffer dry sweeping cloths. For those that are new to my channel, we had our home painted in October, and I'm still finding paint splatters on the floor and furniture. Using a little elbow grease, I was able to remove all the paint from the floor and most of it from the side chair. And when I'm done sweeping these floors, I'm going to show you just how dirty they were. You're probably wondering, why didn't she use the iRobot to clean the entire floor versus sweeping? Well, the iRobot has a history of missing spots, and it can't clean under or behind items. I still love using it though to assist, but I don't depend on it entirely to clean my floors. Also, I see the trash is still here. I guess I'm the only one who smells it, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out and replace the trash bags. I am aware that I'm replacing the trash bags wrong. You're supposed to place them over the top of the trash can like a hat, then pushing the top of the bag downward. If you take a look at your trash bags, most have a seam, and the seam should go on the inside. I've been placing the trash bags in my trash can wrong for so long, it's a hard habit to break. After washing my hands and while still waiting for the cushions to dry, I'm going to start cleaning the stairs. And immediately after the cushions are dry, replace them so I can start decorating these side tables. I found the easiest way to clean these stairs is by using the Swiffer duster. I do use the vacuum on the landing, but use the Swiffer duster on the stair treads and risers. I just heard the jingle on the dryer, so that means our cushions and pillow covers are done. I'm so excited to get them back on these cushions because that means I'm closer to decorating these side tables, something I've been looking forward to doing all day. Max is over there giving me the stink eye because I haven't played with him all day. I did promise him, though, that as soon as I'm done, I'll play with him the rest of the evening and give him a treat. This worked because he walked away and started playing with his toys. Sometimes his human qualities appear just when you need them to, and today was perfect. After replacing these pillows, we're going to begin decorating the side table, starting with the one located across from the stairs. I'm starting with my anchor pieces first, which is this lamp from Kirkland's and the Minka base from Anthropologie. And if you watch my Winter Clean and Decorate with me, you know these are the same pieces used in that video, but they were on the other side table. To stay on budget, I'm using pieces I already have, and instead of purchasing new art, I'm using a frame I purchased from Target a while ago and switching out the artwork, which is from Amazon. These budget-friendly stems are from Amazon, and I've had them for a few years. I will be changing them out though because I ordered some new spring stems from Hobby Lobby. We're now on the second side table, and again, I'm starting with my anchor pieces. And this lamp is from Target. I'm also using the beige Minka vases I purchased from Anthropologie, as well as the black lidded dish. Again, I'm using my old stems from Amazon because my spring stems haven't arrived from Hobby Lobby. Once they do, I'll be sure to show them to you. Our side tables are decorated for spring, minus the spring stems, but we still need to finish cleaning the stairs, blinds, and vacuuming. As you can see, these stairs were filthy. My goal today was to sweep and mop them, but unfortunately I ran out of time. I will be mopping them off camera later this week because it is overdue. I also need to clean these lanterns because they get pretty dusty sitting on these stairs. After cleaning these lanterns, we're going to return them to the stairs, vacuum, and then clean the blinds in the family room. To clean the blinds, I'm using Dawn dish detergent mixed in warm water with a clean microfiber cloth. After cleaning the blinds in the family room, I only have 2 rooms to go to achieve my goal of cleaning all the blinds in my home for the month of February. with cleaning the blinds, I also clean the window sills and the moldings under the window itself. Next month, my goal is to either clean all the doors, moldings, windows, or floors. I haven't decided on which one just yet, but we'll let you know in a few days. If you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for watching Sissy Spaces. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces. And if you're new, welcome. Today's video is an early spring clean with me, the kitchen edition. But before we get started, happy Valentine's Day, and I'm so happy you're here. I hope you enjoy your day today, and I want to thank you for sharing a part of it with me. I was in such a great mood today that I wanted to deep clean my kitchen, something I've been really meaning to do for the past 2 weeks. But you know why I couldn't, and if you don't, check out my last 2 videos. Also, if you're new to my channel, at the end of the video, please remember to hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. And if you've already subscribed, hitting that like button really supports my channel, as well as watching the entire video. As you can see, this cooktop is in need of some loving, so I decided to vacuum up the crumbs first, then use some Dawn Power Wash and a scrub mummy to scrub off the stuck-on stains. After that, I'll wipe it clean with a damp microfiber cloth. My plan is to also clean and organize most of my cabinets and drawers. I started this process 2 weeks ago, and today I'm gonna finish. It's been raining all night and is scheduled to rain all day, so I figured there's no better time than now to deep clean this kitchen. This month, I'm still reducing the amount of cleaning products I use, as it's raining today and I'm not opening a window to air the kitchen out. So today, the only cleaning products and tools I'm using to deep clean this entire kitchen is Dawn Power Wash, the Dyson V15 vacuum, 4 white microfiber cloths, Wyman's Granite and Stone Cleaner, Pledge furniture polish, and the Swifter mop in wet pads. It sounds like a lot, but wait until you see everything I'm deep cleaning today. Also, in between cleaning my appliances, I will be rinsing out my microfiber cloth. And as a reminder, I'm using 4 different white microfiber cloths and will be changing them out when cleaning different surfaces in the kitchen. For example, I used a microfiber cloth to clean the appliances, a second microfiber cloth to clean the eat-in table, chairs, and bar stools, a third microfiber cloth to clean the countertops, and a fourth microfiber cloth to clean the interior of the cabinets and drawers, exterior of the cabinets, back door, blinds, and moldings. By the way, this is a Jenn-Air 36-inch gas fiberglass cooktop with 6 burners. You have the option of changing up the range top configuration by adding a griddle and chrome burners and chrome knobs, but we decided to stick with the 6 burners and the black burners and stainless steel knobs instead. The cast iron grates and burner caps are easy to maintain, and you can soak them in water to clean later or just scrub by hand as I'm doing. Unlike traditional cast iron, these will not rust if water's left standing on them. They're heavy and are guaranteed to never warp. I don't recommend placing them in the dishwasher though, until you check with your manufacturer, as some grates are not dishwasher safe. I noticed as I cleaned the grates, my scrub mummy was peeling. That just means it's time to replace it. Also, as you just saw, I used a damp microfiber cloth to completely remove all the soap off the grates before replacing them on the cooktop. I also want to wipe down the knobs. You can remove them to clean them, and I have done that once, but found it to be unnecessary as it's cleaned after each use. This is a Sharp microwave drawer, and I don't recommend it. It works well, but I find it difficult to clean than a standard microwave because you have a lot more nooks and crannies to clean in between. To keep it clean, the family and I cover our food before using, and if we have any food spills, we clean it up immediately. Also, to remove any unwanted odors, I place a cup of water with a tablespoon of lemon juice and I heat it on high for over 2 minutes. This also softens any stuck-on stains, so you can easily wipe them away. I do use stainless steel cleaner to clean the exterior of my stainless steel appliances, but to reduce the amount of cleaning products I'm using today, I chose not to. And as you can see, a damp microfiber cloth works just fine. Up next is the Jenn-Air 36-inch dual ovens. We rarely use the top oven to prevent from burning out the control panel, so a quick wipe of the interior of the door to remove grease residue is all that is needed. We use the bottom oven almost every day, and to maintain it, I wipe it down at least weekly with Dawn Power Wash and a damp microfiber cloth. And I keep a black liner at the bottom of the oven to catch any spills. Unlike the interior of the oven door, it takes a little more effort to clean my oven racks. Once, maybe twice per year, I remove the oven racks and spray them down with Dawn Power Wash and leave it on for at least a few hours before wiping it off with a damp microfiber cloth. I've also sprayed them with Dawn Power Wash and placed them in trash bags to sit overnight, and this worked really well. And if the racks are really dirty, another method that I've used and also works well is Barkeeper's Friend. You make a paste with Barkeeper's Friend and water, spread it like peanut butter all over the racks, and after 1 hour, rinse clean using a scrub sponge and warm soapy water. Three appliances down, and we've saved the largest and most expensive appliance for last, and that's the fridge. I'm not cleaning the dishwasher today because it's currently cleaning the dishes from breakfast, but I will again be cleaning, decluttering, and organizing the cabinets, drawers, and cleaning my smaller appliances. At the end of my last video, I cleaned the center shelves of the fridge, so I won't be cleaning those today. Instead, I'm focusing on the 6 door bins, which come with these liners that also need to be cleaned. The purpose of the liners are to prevent your items from sliding around as you open and close the fridge, and as you will see today, they were definitely in need of some good old-fashioned cleaning. These liners are made of a rubber-like material and come in different shapes and sizes to accommodate the bins. Because they're made of rubber, I wouldn't recommend using rubbing alcohol or Clorox to clean them, as it will dry out and eventually crack. Also, the bins come in 2 different sizes, 2 which are gallon size and 4 are half-gallon size. If needed, you can also adjust the bins on the door to accommodate taller items. As I was checking the expiration date on these food items, I noticed 2 were close to expiring, so I tossed them. I rarely toss food items, but I only replace items when they're empty. and I figured if an item is close to expiring, it's seldom used and will not be used by the expiration date. Also, if stored properly, sauces can last up to 6 months. For those that are interested in this refrigerator, I don't recommend it. Again, it's a JennAir 48-inch panel-ready built-in side-by-side refrigerator with a bottom freezer. It does a great job of preserving our food, but within 1 year of ownership, we had to replace the multi-point LED theater lights, which are located in the refrigerator and the freezer. There are 8 in the refrigerator, 3 on each side and 2 at the top, and there are 2 at the top of the freezer. Again, the first year of ownership, we replaced all 10 lights at least 3 times. We extended the warranty and will continue to keep a warranty on this appliance for this very reason. To make this process quick and easy and preserve the temperature within the fridge, I cleaned one bin at a time, closing the fridge once the bin was removed, and closing it immediately as the bin was replaced. Quick tip: a fuller fridge is more energy efficient than an empty one because a fuller fridge needs less air to keep cool. When loaded properly, items keep each other cool and reduces the amount of warm air circulating when the door is open. The rule of thumb is to keep your fridge at least 2/3 full, but be careful not to block the air vents. Once we're done cleaning this last store bin and liner, we'll finish checking the expiration dates on the remaining food items and then condition the eat-in table and bar stools. My goal today is to replace all the felt pads on the chairs and bar stools. I didn't realize how bad they were until I replaced them. If you don't have any felt pads at the bottom of your chairs and bar stools, I highly recommend you use them, especially if you have hard floors. I cleaned this eat-in table earlier this morning after breakfast, but here I'm conditioning it with the Pledge Lemon Scented Polish. If you have stained wood furniture, you need to maintain it by applying a finish which protects the stained wood from scratches and keeps it from fading over time. There are other wood furniture polishes that work well or even better than Pledge. I just prefer Pledge because of its easy application and light scent. Also, Pledge doesn't leave a waxy buildup behind and is cost efficient. Here, I'm removing the old felt pads and cleaning the area before applying the new ones. I love using felt pads, but there are some disadvantages. For example, they attract and collect pet hair and dust, and they're difficult to keep clean. In addition, the adhesive will eventually wear out and could partially detach or fall off, exposing your floor to damage. But in my opinion, the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. The main purpose of felt pads is to act as a protective barrier between your furniture and floor. And when applied properly and maintained, they help prevent scratches, scuffs, and damage that can occur when furniture is moved or dragged across your floors. I noticed a few scuff marks on this cabinet panel, so I want to remove them before returning the bar stools. There's moldings at the bottom of this panel, which should prevent the bar stools from touching it, but we managed to push the bar stools against them anyway. After vacuuming and replacing these bar stools, I'm going to start cleaning the countertops, starting with the TV. I rarely wipe this TV down and noticed earlier during breakfast how dirty it was. I'm using a different damp microfiber cloth to clean it and a clean dry microfiber cloth to dry it off. Again, if you wipe your wood or electronic surfaces with water, be sure to dry them thoroughly, as any freestanding water on wood or electronic devices will eventually damage it. This area, along with the TV, are two of the most neglected areas within our kitchen, but not today. Again, my goal today is to do some early spring cleaning of the kitchen. And I'm not only going to clean it, but declutter and organize it as well. I'm also getting an early start on my spring cleaning, as I usually start in March. Also, quick history on spring cleaning. In the 19th century, the warmer weather of early spring enabled people to open doors and windows to air out and thoroughly clean homes of dust and residue from coal stoves and fireplaces before the insects had an opportunity to make their appearance. But guess what? You don't need to wait until March or April to deep clean or spring clean. You can declutter and organize your spaces anytime. And I feel, since we're indoors most often during the winter, it's a better time than any. We recently purchased groceries from Walmart and Sam's, so we're fully stocked. Also, all of the junk food you saw earlier are mostly eaten by our 2 young adult sons as quick go and grab snacks. Don't get me wrong, I do indulge on occasion, but in moderation. My motto is eat what you want, but in moderation, and walk as much as you can. Also, I don't eat large meals. I'm more of a grazer, but will graze throughout the day. And I'm always drinking water and keep a bottle of water on my nightstand so I can drink it first thing the next morning. As a reminder, this is our pantry. We had the walls of our walk-in pantry removed and these pantry cabinets installed in 2017 when we did a full kitchen remodel. I absolutely love these pantry cabinets, as I can see everything I have and only replace what is needed. Because of these pantry cabinets, I have saved a lot of money on food and time, as I don't have to search for what I'm looking for. I keep it organized by only replacing what I need and designating a space for every item. And on occasion, like today, I clean, organize, and tidy as needed. You may also have noticed I don't keep very many items in these cabinets and drawers, and that's because I only keep what I need and what will be used. Also, weekly, the family and I conduct an inventory and update the grocery list of any low or missing items. We have a saying in our household that if it's not on the grocery list, then it will not be purchased. By the way, do you have any Valentine's Day plans? Hubby and I have been married for 32 years, and Valentine's Day is really every day for us. But I do purchase cookies and kisses to acknowledge today. On our first Valentine's Day 32 years ago, hubby made heart-shaped pancakes because I only wanted to eat pancakes on Fridays. And Valentine's Day in 1992 just happened to fall on a Friday. I still love pancakes, but I eat them any day of the week now, even for dinner. As you can see, this is where I store my baking pans, large beverage container, charcuterie boards, wok, and cutting boards. I try to clean this cabinet at least once every 3 months, but may need to clean it more often after what I saw today. We only place clean items back in this cabinet, but for some reason I found a lot of dust and crumbs in here. I understand the dust, but where did the crumbs come from? It was so bad I had to pull out the crevice tool, and I wiped it with my damp microfiber cloth and followed that up with a dry microfiber cloth. The rack dividers or cutting board dividers are removable, but the last time I removed them, I bent one. So now I'll wipe around them. They also gave me the option of a cutting board organizer drawer, but I wanted to use the drawers for heavier items. And in my opinion, this was a great decision because as I age, things are getting heavier and heavier. I was asked, what's the difference between a charcuterie board and cutting board? The charcuterie board or any serving board are usually lighter and thinner than a cutting board, while on the other hand, cutting boards, the wood versions anyway, are made from edge grain or end grain wood. That means they can withstand lots of slicing, dicing, and chopping. Although I don't recommend it, you can use a cutting board as a charcuterie board, but be sure to thoroughly sanitize the cutting board first, especially if you use it for chopping meat. After rinsing this microfiber cloth, we're going to continue to clean these counters. Earlier I told you that I will be using the Weinmann's Granite Stone Cleaner, and I am, but not on these outer counters, just the island. The outer counters don't get as dirty as the island, and the island is sort of like the workhorse of the kitchen. Today I want to clean it thoroughly as it hasn't been completely cleaned in the last 2 weeks. Also, I definitely need to wipe this backsplash down as I failed to do it after cooking breakfast this morning. This cabinet is where we keep our overflow of seasonings. It's narrow but deep, and you'll be surprised at just how much it can hold. I keep 2 of the 3 shelves lined because, again, seasonings are kept here, and the tiny bits of seasonings end up everywhere. Instead of using my crevice tool on the vacuum, I'm going to wipe out the cabinet with a dry microfiber cloth first to remove the tiny bits, and then clean it with the wet microfiber cloth. We're going to continue cleaning the outer counters, backsplash, and we'll stop to clean the storage containers and small appliances located on the counters. Again, I'm using a damp microfiber cloth that I dipped in warm soapy water and a dry microfiber cloth to remove any standing water left behind. I'm also cleaning the additional small narrow cabinet located on the left of the vent hood. Here we store an overflow of cooking oils and my husband's favorite barbecue rubs. My husband combines several barbecue rubs in this container. I don't know what those seasonings are, but whatever it is, it really brings out the flavor in anything my husband places on the grill. Once we're done here, we're going to continue cleaning and organizing several other drawers and cabinets. I didn't need to declutter anything in these remaining drawers and cabinets because either I, the boys, or hubby used them. There are a few duplicate items, not exact, but similar, and it's because we all have our favorites. This is a 2-tier built-in utensil drawer, and because of this, we're able to store 2 sets of knives and miscellaneous items underneath the utensil drawer itself. I like removing everything, vacuuming, and cleaning the drawer monthly because it gets pretty dirty with crumbs and other debris because it's used all day, every day. I also line this drawer because sometimes I've found the utensils not fully dry when placed in it. Also, the weight capacity of this drawer is much heavier than the others, and that is why there's a slight lean to it when it's fully extended. Good quality utensils and kitchenware are expensive, and I purchased ones we have from Amazon and Target. The ones from Amazon are full gold plated, and I purchased them years ago. I don't recommend them though because the faux gold color has rubbed off over time, but the overall quality of the product is still very good. And the second set from Target are stainless steel. They're pretty heavy, and I purchased them during their President's Day sale last year. Yep, that happened, and of course I picked it up, wiped both sides again, and kept it moving. By the way, these liners are from Walmart. I I like using these versus the peel and stick ones because it doesn't damage your drawers, are easy to remove and replace, and are double-sided in case you get the other side stained. And as you can see, I maintain them by wiping them clean with a damp microfiber cloth. As I mentioned earlier, this is a 2-tier utensil drawer. Along with cleaning this drawer, I had also planned to sharpen the knives. But the last time I did this, I cut my hand, so I decided to leave that chore for hubby. It is a good reminder, though, to sharpen your knives when you clean your drawers, because knives do become dull over time. And depending on how often you use them, you should try to sharpen them at least once every 3 months. Now for the fun part. The first time I removed these knives, I vacuumed the slots and found nothing there. So now I clean where the handles of the knives sit because most of the debris and dirt lie there. Also, for those that are unaware, cutting knives should be washed and dried by hand because hand washing is the best way to preserve their sharp edge. And the abrasive dishwashing detergent with the high heat and jostling with other dishwashing items will cause the blades to dull prematurely and give your knives nicks in the edge. Also, be careful when cleaning knives, especially these small paring knives. These little knives are sharp. Their main purpose is to peel potatoes and apples, and they can be used for mincing small amounts of garlic, onions, and coring tomatoes. I call this my catch-all drawer for our remaining cooking utensils. I purchased this removable tray from Walmart, and I like it because it comes in 3 different parts, which are adjustable. By the way, the smaller, lighter tray is from another set of containers I purchased from Walmart, and I use those in my baking drawer. As you can see, I had to remove some of the contents to get the tray to fit back inside the drawer. Again, this storage container is adjustable, so with a few minutes of spreading and closing it, I was able to get it back in place, as well as everything that was originally in it, except the pizza slicer, but that was in the wrong drawer anyway. One of the hardest working drawers in our kitchen besides the utensil drawer because we use something out of this drawer every day. This is also the drawer with duplicates or similar items because again, everyone in this household cooks and have their favorite cooking utensils. I chose to use a smaller drawer to store these items because if I hadn't, instead of 2 similar or like items, it would have ballooned to much more. I found by limiting my space requirements, I reduced the chance of having a lot more duplicate items. This is our 3rd spice drawer or cabinet, and we'll clean the 4th one in just a minute. We love our seasonings and spices in this household, and whenever we get a chance, we add flavor to all our dishes. The smaller drawer of spices are not used as often as the larger ones we'll see in just a minute, but I like having all the different types and enjoy experimenting with different flavors. Having the boys do the same and are not afraid to try something new. This is the fourth pull-out spice drawer I was referring to earlier. We use these spices every day and in larger amounts. As such, I purchased these spices in bulk from Sam's. I also reuse the containers to store borax, as the borax box is a pain to use. It's heavy and powder spills all over the place before, during, and after using it. After replacing these spices, we're going to clean the last two cabinets in the kitchen, and in my opinion, the filthiest, and they are where the trash bins are located. To prevent odors, I clean them monthly, and the boys remove the trash weekly or whenever it's full. I've also found by doing this, it reduces our chance of getting or attracting bugs. In my opinion though, all homes have bugs, and believe me, we have bugs too. But they're few and far between, and some are just good at hiding. I didn't need to vacuum this drawer today because surprisingly, I didn't see any visible crumbs. There were stains located on the door and the bottom of the drawer though, but they were easy to remove using the damp microfiber cloth. This is where we keep our third trash receptacle, as well as Max's hard food. I'm sure I mentioned this before, but we left the back of the cabinets off so we can get to the plumbing if needed. I also purchased these rubber liners from Amazon because this is also where our island sink is located. We've had leaking occur before in the main cabinet, and these liners saved us tons of money because we didn't have to replace the cabinet, backsplash, or countertops. Today, I'm also vacuuming and mopping all the floors within the kitchen, and we're starting in the eat-in area. I found by breaking the mopping and vacuuming into sections, it's less overwhelming. Also, we still need to vacuum the chairs and change the felt pads. While that's drying, I want to clean and tidy by this back door. We leave a towel hung by the door to dry Max as he comes in from the rain, but according to Max, it doesn't dry him enough because he still comes in and rubs himself on the rug and sides of the couch. As a reminder, after sweeping and cleaning the doors and moldings, we'll get started on the chairs. As you can see, I'm not using spray-away glass cleaner on the door because, again, we're limiting the amount of cleaning products we're using today. Also, I did use a dry microfiber cloth to dry the glass after using the wet one to clean it. why I didn't use a crevice tool to clean in between the crevices of these chairs? I guess at this point I was just too lazy to change out the nozzle. I wish I had also turned the phone around because Max was doing the very thing I just mentioned, which is to dry himself off using the rug and the sides of the couch. I wish you guys could feel the difference in the movement of these chairs since replacing the felt pads. These make a world of difference because when sitting in them, you can easily move the chairs back and forth, not having to worry about damaging your hard floors. And this includes vinyl floors. I think the hardest part of replacing these felt pads was finding the time to do it. I also ran out of the round felt pads and ended up using the square ones that I traditionally use in my dining room. Not a problem though, because I placed it on next week's grocery list. Also, some of these felt pads peeled as I removed them. This means they were worn down and definitely in need of replacing. So we're done with the chairs and bar stools in the kitchen, and we'll be replacing the felt pads on the dining room chairs next week. We'll finish cleaning the kitchen today by cleaning the island, the blinds, and vacuuming and mopping the rest of these floors. Can you see how these chairs are now gliding across the floor? I know you guys are tired of hearing me say this, but I can't help it, and it makes my heart happy when a simple change is this good. The last time I cleaned this countertop on this island was about 2 weeks ago, and I wish you guys could see all the grease residue that was on here before I cleaned it. I guess it's a good thing having this color of granite because it does a great job of concealing the dirt and stain. Whenever I clean the island countertop, I take time to clean the pop-up outlet. I have used Q-tips in the past to clean the crumbs out of the corners, but it was not needed today. It's still raining, so I'm going to leave the umbrella open and use the rug to catch any water dripping from it. After this, we're going to finish cleaning the remaining counters, backsplash, and small appliances. Also, this is a checklist of items needed to complete our taxes. I print a new one each year and use the manila envelope to gather all of our documents until we're ready to file. By the way, the checklist is nothing special. It's just a list of documents that we filed in the past and it's mainly used to ensure we have everything before filing. You know, if I'm cleaning this side of the countertop, I'm also cleaning my toaster. I traditionally clean the toaster weekly, but it has been 2 weeks since it was last cleaned. And as you can see, it's fuller than what you've seen in the past. We're almost done deep cleaning this kitchen. The only thing left is to clean the 4 sets of blinds located in the eat-in area, vacuum, and mop the remaining floors. If you're still with me, I really appreciate your support. And if you haven't already hit that like or subscribe button, please remember at the end of the video to do so, as it really supports my channel. As you can see, these floors were dirty, and wait until you see the mop pad when I'm done mopping them. Although I just mopped the floors 2 weeks ago. The first set of blinds were filthy and I wasn't even done yet. I wish I had done a close-up of what came from this rag as I rinsed it. Let's finish mopping these floors and join Max on the couch for some much needed TV time. If you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for watching Sissy Spaces. And if you enjoyed today's video, please remember to hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces. And if you're new, welcome. We're doing a lot in today's video because it's full of deep cleaning, cooking, decorating, and laundry motivation. And as you can see, we're starting in our guest room, but we're also deep cleaning the gym and catwalk. From here, we're cooking one of the boys' favorite appetizers, which only consists of 3 ingredients. And after that, we'll clean and organize the kitchen. We're decorating the guest room dresser, formal dining room table, and eat-in kitchen table. And we're adding spring stems to the anthropology vases located in the family room. We'll end the video with some good old-fashioned laundry motivation because today is towel day, which means we have 2 loads to complete. So again, we are doing a lot today, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, and you're new to my channel, at the end of the video, please remember to hit that like subscribe button. And if you've already subscribed, you know that hitting that like button really supports my channel, as well as watching the entire video. Also leave a comment or just say hello. I would love to hear from you, and I always respond. As you can see, those blinds were dirty. And now that they are clean, we have 1 set remaining in order to accomplish our goal of cleaning all the blinds in my home for the month of February. In March, my goal is cleaning all the doors, which should be easy because most will only need dusting. I haven't decided if windows, moldings, or floors is on my list for April. But as always, I will definitely let you know once I decide. After cleaning and replacing this lamp, we're going to remove my youngest son's toy bear so we can make the bed. He, along with Dad's help, constructed this bear at a Build-A-Bear workshop when he was 6. He absolutely loved this toy until he hit his teens, and then of course he outgrew it. I didn't have the heart to donate it, so it remains in here, and I'm hoping to give it to my future grandkids. By the way, this was also my youngest son's bedroom furniture until he outgrew it as well. Whenever we have overnight guests, they always comment on how comfortable the bed and pillows are. And my secret is adding an extra duvet insert under the fitted sheet, and I also add a waffle weave coverlet over the flat sheet. I top the bed off with another duvet insert with a microfiber duvet cover and fold it at the bottom of the bed. The Tempur-Pedic pillows have cotton pillow protectors with 1,000 thread count Egyptian cotton pillow covers that I purchased from Bed Bath & Beyond years ago. Once our bed is made and we placed our bear back on the bed, we're going to continue cleaning the rest of the surfaces within the room using our microfiber cloth dipped in warm soapy water, and we're also using a Swiffer duster. My goal today is to decorate this dresser for spring using items I already have, but also adding some new stems I recently ordered from Hobby Lobby. I love hearing from you guys, and one of my favorite comments is from Cherie, who said that she really enjoys my videos because I do them in real time. In other words, they're not sped up. I do this because I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. And when I am cleaning, it relaxes me. And by not speeding up the process, I hope it motivates you to clean and relaxes you as well. I constructed this gallery wall of family photos years ago, and at first it was located on the main wall of the catwalk, but I moved it in here. I love displaying family photos, as well as my boys' college diplomas. And I'm always asked, why is that frame empty? And it's for my youngest son's college diploma, who's on track to graduate in the summer of 2025. To decorate this dresser, we added these black vases that were originally located in our dining room. And along with the vases, as our second anchor piece, we're adding these decor books from Amazon and topping them off with candlesticks from HomeGoods. From there, we're adding an additional decor book from Amazon and topping it with a clay dough bowl from McGee Co. I was able to find this decor ladder from the at-home store for under $20, and this big chunky knit throw is from TJ Maxx. For additional height and color, I added these old candles from Home Goods and art piece from Hobby Lobby. And to finish decorating this dresser, I ordered these spring white and beige Cosmos spray stems from Hobby Lobby. At first I wasn't sure which color to use, but eventually settled on the white ones. After cleaning the gallery wall, I didn't level the photos, so we'll do that now. Once completed, we'll clean the floors using the Swiffer dry sweeping cloths. I really enjoy using this Swiffer sweeper. It's lightweight, easy to use, and you don't have to worry about cleaning any equipment when done. Just toss it in the trash and forget it. You may not have noticed, but I removed the stems and candles so I can plug in the TV and Amazon Fire Stick. I unplugged them earlier to give you a better shot of the decorations, and as I was plugging them back in, I almost knocked over the base, and I did break a few candles. They were replaced though once I was done sweeping. As I mentioned earlier, today is towel day, and usually the boys collect the towels, but my oldest is dropping my youngest off at school, so I figured since I have the time, I would collect them instead. I washed the boys' towels separate for me and hubby's, so I'm going to place theirs in the washer first, then collect me and hubby's and save those for the second load. Also in last week's video, and part of my decor haul, were these magnolia stems from Michaels. I want to show you where I placed them, so stick around. I like using warm water when washing our towels because it helps preserve the colors and also get rid of bacteria. I also add an additional drain and spin cycle to remove excess water before drying. And once the towels are washed, as I remove them, I check out any excess water from each individual towel before placing them in the dryer. This shortens the drying time and helps keep the towels soft. In last week's video, part of my decor haul were these magnolia stems from Michaels. Also in that video, I mentioned I wanted to display them in my bedroom on the fireplace. So later that evening, I placed them in the medium Joshua ceramic vase from Pottery Barn and immediately realized that it wasn't going to work. Also tried displaying them in our sitting area, but didn't like them there either, so I returned them. It's later in the afternoon and time to prepare a quick appetizer ahead of dinner. Hubby is grilling barbecue chicken and corn for dinner, but it'll be late because the chicken still needs to be prepped, dried, and seasoned. So this appetizer will hold the boys over before then. It consists of only 3 ingredients and takes less than 15 minutes to prepare. It's called the Rotel Velveeta Famous Queso Dip, but I add sausage to it to give it additional flavor and texture. To start, you'll need 2 10-ounce cans of Rotel Original Diced Tomatoes and green chilies, 1 32-ounce package of Velveeta, and I'm adding 2 of the 5-count Johnsonville mild Italian pork sausage links. To avoid an additional step of removing the skin, instead of using the sausage links, you can purchase the ground sausage, but I found the links to be more flavorful. Along with adding iodized salt and ground pepper, I also added cracked peppercorn. After mixing well, I placed in a skillet over medium heat and used my potato smasher to break it into small homogenized chunks, which incorporates more smoothly into the cheese sauce. After washing my hands for a third time, and while waiting for our sausage to cook, I want to show you guys where I placed the remaining items from the decor haul in last week's video. Now that our decor is in place, let's combine our main ingredients for the cheese sauce, which is 2 of the 10-ounce cans of Rotel Original Diced Tomatoes and Green Chilies, and 1 32-ounce package of Velveeta. I was going to add half Velveeta and half Queso Blanco, which is the white cheese, but I chose to use the entire package of Velveeta instead. Again, if you choose to include sausage in your dip, you want to smash it into small chunks so it incorporates easily into your cheese mixture. You also want to cut the Velveeta into small chunks so it dissolves quickly in the microwave. Yes, once you're done adding your Velveeta to your cans of Rotel, you want to place it in the microwave for 5 minutes, stirring at the halfway point. I used the high setting on the microwave to melt the cheese, and again, at the halfway point, which is 2.5 minutes, I stirred it well and cooked it for an additional 2.5 minutes. And in between that time, I finished cooking the ground sausage and smashed it even more. We're at the halfway point, and as you can see, there are noticeable chunks of cheese still visible. So again, I'm cooking it for an additional 2.5 minutes, and we'll use that time to place the items in the sink used to prepare the dish. Once your 5 minutes are up, stir your cheese mixture well until the small chunks of cheese have dissolved. If it doesn't dissolve, you may want to return it to the microwave for an additional 30 seconds, but be careful not to burn it. After the cheese is dissolved to your liking, add your ground sausage and enjoy. If you've been with my channel for a while, you know once I'm done, I always add the prepared dish to one of my glass storage containers for the family to help themselves. This makes it easier and quicker to place in the fridge once everyone is done, and we can add the dirty dishes and cookware to the sink to soak as we eat. I like adding jalapeno peppers and salsa verde to my dip, as well as the south of the border chips, which are also a family favorite. Now that everyone's had their fill, I want to place the leftovers in the fridge and check on our first load of towels. As I mentioned earlier, I'm shaking each towel as I remove them from the dryer. And again, this shortens the drying time and helps keep the towels soft. After placing our second load of towels in the washer and disinfecting our laundry baskets, I'm going to wash my hands for the 5th time today so I can clean and organize this kitchen. My youngest son ran the dishwasher last night, so today I'm going to unload them and organize the cabinets as I return them to their rightful place. I found this to be the easiest way to keep my cabinets organized as well as decluttered. While unloading these dishes, I want to thank all 3,000 plus subscribers to my channel. You have made this year-long journey worthwhile. I also want to give a few shout-outs to my Ride or Die gang who watch all my videos and motivate me by leaving some of the most sweetest comments. And you know who you are. When I was sick, you motivated me to get well soon so I could post updates on my health status. You showed real concern and I truly appreciate it. So again, thank you for being here and for your unwavering support. I was asked, where do I get my dinnerware? And most, if not all of it, is from Walmart, HomeGoods, Amazon, Marshalls, and TJ Maxx. I only purchase Corelle plates because they're made of tempered glass, which means they're more resistant to breakage, but it certainly doesn't immunize it from it. Also, Corelle dinnerware is non-porous and ultra-hygienic. And I only purchase white dinnerware because it elevates the look of your food settings, since most food items look appetizing on white. Another question recently asked was why I only use stainless steel cookware. In my opinion, stainless steel is more durable than non-stick and it offers excellent heat conductivity and even distribution. I also read that stainless steel doesn't emit toxins and it doesn't react to the ingredients. Part of my cleaning routine is wiping down my oven and/or cooktop after each use. And this cooktop is in need of some loving today. For a quick clean, I use Clorox wipes, which surprisingly can be used on stainless steel. Also, while cleaning this cooktop, the doorbell rang, which means my second order of faux stems from Hobby Lobby have arrived. Once we're done here, we'll remove the summer stems and replace them with these spring stems from Hobby Lobby. As I mentioned earlier, bleach-free Clorox wipes are safe to use on my stainless steel cooktop. But before you use on your stainless steel appliances, check with your manufacturer. Along with the white Cosmos spray stems I placed earlier in the guest room, I also ordered 2 additional colors that are more of a taupe color and in a lighter pink. I love how adjustable they are, and they add just the right amount of color to these side tables. I also purchased and used 10 of each because when using faux stems, I like to have more of a fuller look. At one point, I was going to wait and have the boys load the dishwasher, but then I was reminded that hubby plans to grill later this evening. Also, I didn't mind loading the dishwasher because I wanted to make sure the heavy ceramic bowl used to microwave the cheese sauce was placed on the bottom rack versus the top. I do plan to hand dry the knife, skillet, and baking sheet, but I also like placing them on this drying rack prior to drying them by hand. I am aware that this drying rack goes over the sink, but if there are dishes in the sink, I place the drying rack on the side with a towel over it to catch any residual water. One of you asked why I place utensil handles down, and it's because it gives you the deepest clean. Also, by placing your utensil handles down, you can put more utensils in the slot. But you want to place your butter knives facing down for safety reasons. I usually wait to turn on the dishwasher once it's much fuller, but because I have larger items in there, as well as a cutting board, I want to run the dishwasher now and use the sanitize cycle to dry them. Before returning this baking sheet to this cabinet, I want to shake it to remove any excess water. I'm also going to change the theme on this oven from winter to spring. It's still early, but I am so ready for spring weather. As you can see, there were a lot of choices, but in sticking with my color theme, I decided on some colorful flowers. After putting away the drying rack, we're going to deep clean the sink using my favorite cleaning product, Dawn Power Wash. Also want to remove and clean the rubber gasket and clean the rim of the garbage disposal. As you can see, I got a little carried away with the Dawn Power Wash, and it's because I'm using the lemon scented kind versus the original scent that I usually use. Also, wait until you see this sponge after I wipe down the rim of the garbage disposal. And when I show it to you, it was after wiping and rinsing the rim and sponge for a second time. Last week, I cleaned the risers and threads of the staircase, but not the iron balusters. When we first moved in this home, these were white and made of wood, but we had them replaced with these long double basket iron balusters over 10 years ago. These can be purchased in a 15-piece pack at your local Lowe's or Home Depot, or you were able to purchase them there when we had these installed. I just heard the jingle on the LG dryer, so that means our first load of towels are dry. So I'm going to take a break from cleaning these balusters and fold and put away our first load of towels. Most of these towels belong to the boys and 2 belong to the half bath, but we keep those in our linen closet. Once we're done folding these towels, we'll leave the boys on the ironing board for them to put away and place the ones from the half bath back in our linen closet. I'm able to tell the difference between our bath towels and the boys because me and hubby towels are made from Nate Berkus, but he no longer carries this line. And it's a shame because these are some great quality towels at a low price, and they were sold by Target at the time. Also, I figured since I'm already in here, I might as well hang up some fresh towels, which means that's one less thing I need to do before bedtime. After checking the second load of towels in the washer, I realized they were still wet. So I added an additional spin and drain cycle and will use this time to deep clean the gym, using only a damp microfiber cloth and a Swiffer duster. I cleaned this gym a little over 4 weeks ago, and I don't think it's been used since then. So I really only need to dust the surfaces, but I will dust and wipe some surfaces with a damp microfiber cloth if I see a buildup of dust that is not easily removed with the Swiffer duster. My youngest son does use this desk on occasion to complete his schoolwork, so I do want to ensure it's clean from top to bottom, as well as this wood chair. Believe it or not, I'm still finding paint on some of the equipment, and the house was painted 4 months ago. I love seeing this framed half marathon medal hanging in this room, as it reminds me that I was once in the best shape of my life, to the point that I ran a half marathon and survived. My husband placed all of his memorabilia in this closet, so I want to be sure not to get anything out of place. I always try to respect his and the boys' things as they do with mine. After cleaning these blinds, we are done cleaning all the blinds within my home for the month of February. It feels good setting a goal and accomplishing it within a set timeline, and I'm hoping to do the same in the coming months. And like all the other blinds within my home, these blinds were filthy. Before sweeping the gym, I want to finish cleaning the balusters on the catwalk, as well as sweep the catwalk itself, making our way back into the gym. This catwalk was really dusty and dirty, and proof is when you see the Swiffer duster and sweeping cloth. Although it may not seem like it, it was a lot of fun using the Swiffer sweeper. I got a little carried away in the gym and swept the entire room from wall to wall. I don't think I've ever done that with the vacuum. This Swiffer dry sweeping cloth does a great job of trapping the dust and debris. Just wait until you see this sweeping cloth at the end. Our second load of towels are done, so we're going to place them in the dryer and prep our washer for the next day by drying the soap dispenser, door to the washer, and rubber gasket of the drum. Drying the door of the washer, hubby stated that the chicken was ready, but not the corn. So I had the chicken first, and when the corn was done later, I ate that as well, and they were both delish. If you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for watching Sissy Spaces. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.